Today, we are in Freeport, Florida for spring break. And we're so excited because this is the first time we have had a chance to travel our new RadMini power bikes that we got ourselves for Christmas. And when we were looking at ways to fold them and travel them, you found lots of information on the forums, but nobody was really specific on exactly what kind of tubs they really do fit in and exactly how to get them collapsed down. So we thought, let's make a video, share it out for other people who may be like us that want to know exactly how to travel them. So that's what we're going to share with you today.
If you haven't seen our other video, we did put together an unboxing video that showed how just two normal people went through the process of putting this together. Rad does have a great assembly video on their website, but our video gives a little different sort of common person's perspective. We'd encourage you to check that out. But for now, let's take a look at how to collapse and store the Rad Power bikes.
When we were looking for totes to use to store our bikes in when we travel them in our RV or in the back of our truck, we knew we needed to find as large as we could. Lots of people mentioned that they had found 55-gallon tubs or 60-gallon tubs. We had to make sure they would fit under our RV, and we found the perfect thing for our RadMinis. We found these Craftsman 50-gallon totes at Lowe's. And they're really awesome because they have these wheels in the back. So when we're wanting to transport them, you just lift the handle and go. The handle itself is also really nice because it's a big solid piece. There's nothing that moves around, and so you don't get your hands pinched or anything when you're moving the tubs. Now, the tubs are a little narrow. So you're gonna see when we put the bikes in that it does kind of push the plastic out to the sides just a little bit, but it has worked perfectly for us so far.
We have the RadMini power bikes, and before we decided to collapse and travel them, we removed the batteries. We also collapsed the seats. In order that they take up as little space as possible, it's also important to fold the pedals. You just push and turn. Next steps are to fold the handlebars down. Just press the button, flip the lever, and then drop the bars. And we'll do that on each of the bikes. Next up, we flip the lever, pull this out, and now we're ready to fold the bike. And if you'll notice, they do have this little rung right here, and that's built into the bike, and that will allow it to set onto the ground during this folding process. Now that the bike is folded, we need to fold it all the way, but this was one of my questions that I couldn't figure out initially. How do you keep metal on metal contact from happening? And we use the good old pool noodle, and we just sort of put it in between these two sections, so when we completely fold it in half, this will keep it from rubbing metal on metal, and then we lift it into the tote. So as you can see, this pushed out the plastic just a touch, but everything fits fine, and this pool noodle is keeping the fork and the back leg brace from rubbing each other metal on metal. You'll notice that the handlebars actually lay on the outside of the tote, and that's fine in terms of how that's going to fit into the RV. This mechanism just stays to the outside of the tote. Next, we're going to repeat these same steps on the other bike. Once the bikes are in the tubs, I take a few minutes to make sure that they're situated correctly. I double check that the pool noodle is right in between the fold to keep any metal from rubbing. And then I check the very front kickstand area, that front built-in loop, to make sure that it is seated all the way down on the floor of the tub.
Now that we've got the bikes in the tubs, it's time to get them underneath the RV, or if we were going out for a day trip, it would be to load them into the truck. These are heavy bikes. They are over 60 pounds, and if you are not a super strong person, me, then you're probably not going to be able to lift them on your own, and you're going to need some help. But this is one thing we do like about having our totes with wheels, is that even if you're not super strong, you just lift and go.
So So it takes a little bit of hefting and maneuvering for us because this distance top to bottom is just right at the limit for getting them in. But both of the bikes in their tubs fit nicely into the RV, and now we're ready to travel and we can take them wherever we need to go.
We hope that you found our little tutorial on how to fold the RadMini Power Bikes useful and helpful. Again, it was something that we were looking for and that we couldn't find when we got our bikes for Christmas.
It's not sponsored by Rad. We're just enthusiasts and we want you to enjoy getting outside. Be sure to check out the Rad Power Bikes website.
So do you have bikes that you travel with when you are out on adventures? Something that is an e-bike like this, or do you have other bikes that you think are really great for traveling? If so, get down in the comments, share that with us. We love hearing other types of vehicles that people use for fun.
We'd really appreciate you to give us a thumbs up. It really helps us. Be sure to subscribe if you're not already. Check out some of our other adventure videos because today is an adventure day.